Hi, I'm Mike Cunnington. I'm Head of Marketing at ANZ Bank in New Zealand. So, burning your 5-year plan, what do I mean by that? It's really about constantly evolving what you're doing, looking back on the past year, looking ahead to the year ahead, but not looking too far ahead, because you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know where you're going to take things in the future. So I'm not a great believer in trying to plan out your life. I'm a great believer in making the most of the opportunities in front of you now, and just making sure that you're constantly moving forward. So I got into marketing almost by mistake, to a degree. First thing I did when I left university was move to London and try and continue my university lifestyle by doing some sales jobs and having a good time. Because marketing for me is about understanding people and what drives people, what makes them tick, getting inside their heads. I think when I first started referring to myself as a marketer, it was probably about a year into my work at the Labour Party, which was very much about actually building databases, understanding data, and understanding what drives people's behaviour. Marketing for me it's about a collection of the talents. A good marketing leader brings good people together and encourages them to grow and them to develop. And you should have people around you who can do things that there's no way you could do. I think at an early stage of my career, I recognised that one of my strengths was the ability to bring the best out in other people, and I've always prided myself on that. I think it's interesting to think what advice would I give to someone who's just entering the marketing industry, and it's actually quite a tough question. The key thing I think would always be concentrate on yourself and the opportunities around you, and make sure you make the most of the opportunities around you. Look sideways, don't just look linearly, don't just think upwards and do I want my boss's job or my boss's job. The other thing is, don't get caught up in the jargon and don't get caught up in technique. Always remind yourself to be a human being. So my career really breaks into almost like 2 chunks of 10 and a current chunk of 5. And each stage I've known it's time to move on because I've got to a point where I felt this is starting to reach the top of a curve. I think for me I'd probably pick 3 big highlights in my career. The first one was in 1997, winning the general election in the UK. So the general election that brought Tony Blair to Prime Minister in the UK. It was the first time Labour had won an election in 17 years. Next one would be, in my agency days, the first time we won a really big pitch. Not so much just for the winning, although that's always really good, but it was a collection of people coming together, doing an incredible amount of work. And then probably what we've just done recently at ANZ, 2 major projects, a big technology project and a big branding project that came together as one. Often wonder about what happens next. It's a question of having done what we've done the last couple of years and you got to the end of a really big project. I'm at the point at the moment in my career where I can see the next couple of years are going to be change and growth and a pretty steep curve. So I'm pretty happy where I am at the moment. And that's, like I said before, what you constantly keep your eye on. Am I learning? Am I growing? Is the team around me growing? And if you're doing that, then you're doing okay.